Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this presentation. It's my absolute pleasure to talk to you about the company that I work with. I've been working with them now for 5.5 years, so it'll be 6 years in just about 4 months' time. So I've absolutely loved working with the company. So it really is my pleasure to share with other people how they could earn a little bit of extra money working part-time, or like myself, use this as a vehicle to give up the previous job and to still earn, the same kind of money or and more, but working from home flexibly around other commitments. So my background prior to joining the company was I worked in restaurants. So I was a restaurant manager for many years. In fact, my whole life. So since I was 14 years old as a waitress, I worked in various different restaurants around the country. I bought my own restaurant over in Mallorca when I was age 23. I also I also came back and worked for a Michelin star chef here in the UK. So I worked for various different roles. At the point of becoming pregnant, I was actually a landlady of a pub. So life to me was incredibly busy and really stressful. Working in restaurants, you're working absolutely all hours. So you're working, 60, 70 hours a week as standard. That's evenings, weekends, really, you know, unflexible hours and really unsociable hours. So it was really when I had my daughter that I realized that it was just too much to juggle with childcare, etc. The demanding hours of a restaurant and the fact that it had to work evenings and things, it wasn't going to work out with childcare, etc. So my best friend introduced me to this company, and not in the traditional way. So maybe like you're listening to this video this evening, we also have live presentations around the country but also around the world. But actually she'd actually qualified for a trip to Sardinia and she invited me to go as her plus one. So I thought I was just going to be going on a nice little holiday for a few days. Little did I know that I was actually going to be coming back home with a business. But, 5.5, nearly 6 years later, I'm absolutely so grateful to her for showing this to me because it's ticked all the boxes for me. I still get to be a successful business person, but I work my own hours. I earn way in excess of what I did ever in a general manager role in a restaurant. So it ticks that box. I have complete flexibility for holidays. My daughter's 9 now, so if she's sick at school or can't go to school, there's absolutely, I don't have to call anybody. I don't have to call a boss to ask them if I can take time off work. So the flexibility aspect for me as a parent is absolutely amazing. And there's also lots of extra incentives and things which I'm going to speak to you about tonight that are the things that really attracted me to the company. So let's get started. Okay, so Forever Living Products, we are a 41-year-old company. It's really important when you're listening this evening to have a think about what's important to you. So you might be listening because you just want some extra income. There are many, many people working with myself and working with the people that I work with that join the company to earn an extra few £100s or euros or dollars per month. It's the difference between the end of the month running out. So there's lots of people that I work with that just need that extra income. Working very part time, 5 hours a week, will bring in around that £4,000 to £5,000 per year. And to many people, that is the difference between a holiday, a new car, maybe paying off some credit cards, etc. It might be that, yeah, like I said, a lifestyle. It could be that you are coming to the end of your career, but you don't have enough pension ready. So that's another big area for us in the business, is people looking to earn a pension style income. And because our business is a royalty style income, meaning that you get paid on the royalty of what the people in your team are doing, then, this is a great pension option. Also recognition. So I was this was completely obscure to me because I'd spent a lot of my years being self-employed, and so to suddenly have recognition was um, a bit unusual at the beginning, but you really get used to it. It's absolutely lovely being recognized for what you've done and being appreciated. And I know out in the marketplace these days, a lot of the people that I work with often talk about, the lack of appreciation that they've got in their day job. They're working longer hours, they're working maybe two people's job because the company may have had cutbacks, etc. And all of that goes without literally hardly any recognition. So that is something that I'm really proud of to be able to share with the people I work with, is that appreciation and recognition. So we have travel options as well, which I'm going to speak to. Better health, there's lots of different aspects with this. Obviously, we're using fantastic products, but the lack of stress related to our jobs literally gives you better health. The fact that we can work from home, I can literally work from anywhere I want to. My day is my own, so I plan my own diary. And personal development, that's something that you might take baby steps with, or you might be absolutely on board with from day one. But the personal development that we have through the training that the company give us, and the mentorship of the person that's brought you into the business, and then their wider teams, the personal development is absolutely incredible. So who are Forever? So Forever are, sorry, just bear with me 1 second. There we go. So Forever were founded in the United States. Like I said, we're a 41-year-old company this year. We celebrated our 40th anniversary last year over in Dallas. We have been successfully trading for 40 years. Like I said, and we operate in over 150 countries. Now, the part about the 150 countries really excited me when I got started, because what that means is that as soon as you join Forever in whichever country, you then have a license to trade in all of those different countries. So what really excited me with that is, imagine if you have some type of traditional business. So say, for example, when I had a restaurant, if you imagine, for me to be able to branch out into different countries, I would have had to learn the language, deal with solicitors, etc., to be able to put my restaurants in different countries. With Forever, we have been approved by each government to be in these different countries. It's all set up for us. Every country that we're in has the products there ready for us to go. So it was so exciting for me to think that I can set up a business in any of the countries I want to travel to. I can do it online. And it meant that friends of mine that have maybe moved to other countries, different connections, I can work with them through using the internet, which is just amazing. So I have team in New Zealand, Dubai, Australia, America, and most recently last year, I absolutely love Cyprus, but I hadn't been for many years. So last year we went out to Cyprus in November, and then back at Christmas for 18 days, and to build my business there. And it was as simple as going to the head office there. I actually, when I arrived in Cyprus, my products were waiting for me. I'd ordered some products and they were waiting for me at my hotel, but I was also able to travel to their head office as well and build my business out there. Different people that I met while I was there were able to join my business and buy products. So absolutely fantastic opportunity if you want to take the business to that kind of size. It's completely up to you. So we're a multi-billion-dollar company. We have global expansion plans, and we have an experienced senior management team. So this is really, again, one of the really nice things about the company is that our management team have been with us, a lot of them from day one. So they really understand the needs of a business owner like myself. So we're all independent business owners, and head office really know how to support us, the marketing tools that we need, how the back of house things that we need. Whereas again, compared to traditional business, you're out and you're on your own, aren't you? It's all down to what you can do. But with Forever, you may not have owned your own business before, but you really don't need to, because the help and support is absolutely second to none. So this is our gorgeous head office building in the UK, and I'm fortunate to live about 20-minute drive from head office. It's in Warwick. You can see the building there on a nice sunny day. It's a beautiful manor house. We actually have an open door policy. Now that means that you can go into the head office and you can take guests, you can go and pick up products, you can actually go and host meetings in there, and there's a training room as well there. And we have presentations like the one I'm doing online this evening. We actually have those live there each week as well as advisory board training. So we have experts come in and train us on health, nutrition, animal products, how aloe vera works, bee products, etc. So we have incredible trainings there, but those also run around the country and again across the globe. So we have sales of over £70 million in the UK. We have award-winning training and support, and we're members of the Direct Selling Association. So the Direct Selling Association is the governing board for our industry, and we're an incredibly highly reputable company. And that, being part of the DSA just means that absolutely everything we do is legal and above board, and we're well looked after with them as well. Okay, so reasons why we have enjoyed 40 years of continual growth. So we have an outstanding product range. We have a rapidly growing marketplace. People are living longer these days, so everybody is thinking, they need to live at optimum nutrition for those, extra 20, 30 years that people are living. So people are looking for supplements. People are looking for good health. People are looking for ways to stay young, feel young, have great mobility, etc. And we have a proven and exceptional business model. So that is really important again, because I had no experience of nutrition. My background was restaurants, so I knew everything about wine and food, but nothing about nutrition. So the great thing about this business is that it's a proven business model. We help you every single step of the way, and the great thing is that you can earn money while you're learning this. You can start on day one, you can be doing some trainings, you can be watching videos, you can be working with your sponsor, and you can start earning money straight away by recommending the products. So why would you use Forever products? Well, we are the world's #1 grower and producer of aloe vera based products. So what does that mean? That's quite a bold statement. And what that means is that we own 7,000 plus acres of plantation of aloe vera plants across the in 3 places. So we have plants in Dominican Republic, in Arizona, and also in Mexico. So it's really the fact of the size of the amount of acreage that we have that makes us the #1 growers. We also control every single stage of the process. So we have every single stage of the process. So we literally take from plant to product to you. So nobody touches our products in between. We control every stage of the farming process. We completely control everything. It's an integrated process. And we have goats, sheep, and cattle roaming the fields to help with weed control and to provide a natural fertilizer. So everything is done in the most natural possible way. We hand harvest our aloe plants. So if you imagine an aloe plant, it looks like a big spiky cactus. It's actually part of the onion, garlic, and lily family. So it's not a cactus at all. But if you imagine one of those big leaves, what we do is we cut the leaf and we only extract the inner leaf gel. And this is what makes our product very unique. Because we own all those acres of plants, we can afford to put the very, very best product in our products to go to our clients. So this has always been GM free and always pesticide, etc. free. So there's no chemicals added to our products. And we also offer people a 60-day money back guarantee. Now, this is just incredible. When I heard about this, when I first joined, I knew that I could then speak to my friends, family, people that I care about, people that I know, people that I come into contact with. I knew that I could recommend these products really easily because I was able to offer a 60-day money back guarantee. Because that to me meant that I didn't need to suddenly learn how to be a salesperson. I'd never had sales experience before. So for me, it was fantastic that I was able to say to people, look, try the products. If you like them, fantastic. If you don't feel the benefits, then you can get your money back. And that's underpinned by the company. So that doesn't leave me out of pocket. And that gave me complete confidence of being able to switch from one career to the other smoothly and not suddenly having to be able to know everything about aloe vera and everything about how to do sales. It just meant that I could, nice and ethically recommend these products to people. You can see some accreditations at the bottom of the screen there. So we have the leaping bunny symbol. So that is to show that we don't test on animals. We never have, we never will. And I've mentioned the 60-day money back guarantee. The next one is the Aloe Science Council. So we have the Aloe Science Council approval. Now, this is really important as well, because that means that what we say goes in our bottles of aloe really truly does. And we get checked on that every single year by the Aloe Science Council. We are kosher rated and halal, so we can recommend our products to absolutely everybody. So we have superior products, we have vitamins, we have supplements. These are absolutely incredible, incredible quality. Again, nothing nasty goes into our supplements, which, you know, compared to some of the products that you might find on the high street, which are maybe a vitamin that's bulked up with talc, you'll never find that with our products. They're always of the finest ingredients. We do skincare. We do skincare for absolutely everybody in different price ranges as well. We have weight management products. This was actually an area that I was already familiar with. I'd already used our weight management products as a customer before I joined the business. So I already had full confidence with that product. I absolutely loved it. And then sports and nutrition. So it might be that you're listening to this presentation and you're solely interested in the gym and sports. So you can choose to build a business just on our sports product. You could choose a business. You may be listening and you've got a beauty background. It may be that you work in a salon or own a salon, etc. And you could just focus on the skincare ranges. Our products are of such great quality that you can build a business just focusing on five key products, 10 key products. We also, what's not mentioned here is that we have products for animals. And this has been really big in my business, in the fact that I recruited a lady who had horses, and she was really active in the equestrian world. So then she went on to recruit a lot of people within the equestrian field, because a lot of people will use aloe vera on their horses. So again, you can go down any route that you want to. It's completely up to you. For me, I tend to dip my toe in and out of each sector. I have customers who enjoy sports products. I have my weight management clients. I have skincare products and nutrition, but also those supplements, because supplements and vitamins are, I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about learning more about how the body works and going on nutritional courses. So I love recommending nutrition and vitamins. So it's completely up to you which ones you want to look at. Whichever sector you decide, or if you decide to have a little bit of a piece of every pie, you can see the figures on the screen there. It is absolutely booming marketplace, and like I said, it's always going to be a growing industry because of the length of years that people live nowadays. The more that people are interested in exercise, etc., we're always going to have this growing marketplace. And Forever are absolutely incredible at investing money back into the company and finding the best technologies, the best solutions, the best ways to make our products absolutely cutting edge. So you can see there on the screen the aloe vera drinking gel. We've moved from having that in a plastic bottle to a now recyclable Tetra Pak. That process took the company 10 years to formulate, to make sure that we were able to provide the drink inside that bottle to be 99.7% pure aloe. So this is absolutely incredible. So we invest so much money into that, which again gives me such confidence working with a company that are going to all of that trouble to make sure that I have a growing business, that we're never ever behind any other companies. We're always way ahead in advance than any competitor. So how do we distribute our products? So we do not sell in shops. We have a formulation called team marketing. So a shop would require high investment, buying stock, paying staff, no support, long hours, and it's impersonal. Team marketing is bringing the business to you. So it's low investment. We don't ask you to buy lots of stock. This isn't about carrying lots of stock. This is about selling products and then ordering stock. So it's great low investment for the person wanting to build a business. We don't have to hire any staff, so you don't have all the hassle or expense of that. You get full training and support. It's not something you have to pay for. You've got a mentor. When you get started, you have your mentor and you have the wider team to look after you, which is absolutely incredible. And you choose your hours, so flexible and part-time hours. So if you've got 5 hours to put into this business per week, we can help you. If you've got more hours, then obviously we can do that as well. So it's a proven global business model, as I mentioned before. So again, you haven't got to rewrite the wheel. You just literally step into the business and we take you. I call it a hand-holding business. We literally hold your hand and show you what to do. There are so many benefits to team marketing. Like I've already mentioned, it's a global opportunity. This next one is a real key feature for me. It's uncapped and willable. So uncapped to me means, for me, when I worked in restaurants, I was earning the top salary that anybody could earn running a restaurant. I literally had reached the peak of what I could earn. I was working for a Michelin star chef. I was the general manager of that building. I doubled their turnover. I did everything I could to maximize my value in that restaurant, and obviously the salary that they would pay me. So I knew I was at the top level of what I could earn. Now, that still wasn't enough for me to feel valued. I was creating a lot of wealth for that business, for example. So, for me to be able to walk into this business and have an uncapped income, it means that I decide how much I earn and how much I'm worth. Okay, so think about whether, if you're going into work tomorrow, could you go straight into your boss's office and ask for more income? That's the difference, isn't it? We couldn't just walk into work tomorrow and ask for another £5,000 to £10,000. Okay, but with Forever, you absolutely can. You set the goals and you decide how much you're willing to work. Okay, willable income. Let me explain this one to you, because this one for me is absolutely key as well. Willable income means for me that if anything happens to me, my income goes to my partner Phil. If anything happens to Phil and myself, my income goes to my sister. So she would get my monthly income every single month from to bring up our daughter until our daughter is 18 years old, and then she would inherit my income. So when I first heard this, I couldn't quite comprehend it, to be honest, because I'd never heard of a willable income. But I knew as a parent, it then made it a bit of a no-brainer for me to get started with this business, even if I could only put in the 5 hours a week. I hadn't made my mind up as to how many hours I could find, because I was insanely busy. I had a small toddler, and I also had a busy 60, 70 hour a week business. So I wasn't sure at the beginning, but I thought, you know what, it doesn't matter how many hours I can put in. If I'm doing this for Molly and her future, then of course that makes total sense for me to put the effort into a business that I can pass on to her than put my effort into taking more hours in a job, where I'm never going to see any benefit, or she won't ever benefit from that. So that explains the willable. So we have full training and support. You decide your goals. So if you're listening and you just want the few £100s, that's completely fine. If you're listening and you want £10,000 a month upwards, whatever, that's completely down to you. You set the goals with us and we help you achieve them. Everybody is different. I work with around 2,000 people, and every single person's goals are different. Everybody's hours are different. Everybody's commitments are different. Some people like to work in the evenings and weekends. Some people only like to work in the daytime when their children are at school. It's completely flexible. So you make those decisions for yourselves. There are incredible incentives, which I'm going to go into in more detail in a second. But recognition, I've already mentioned, lots of rewards, and it is so much fun. I can't even stress how much fun. I had no idea that there was a business out there which was focused on the business owners having fun. Absolutely everything we do is designed so that if you compared it to a day job, it's the complete opposite. We try and have as much fun as possible. We've got a company event this Saturday. We have 5 of those per year in the UK, and it's at the Rico Arena in Coventry. And I'm so excited to be going there this Saturday because it is so much fun. It's so much fun meeting up with my team, meeting up with the wonderful people that I work with cross-line, in different teams, etc. It's just such a fun event. So yeah, that was a real surprise to me to find a company that was focused on fun. So what is it we actually do? So I've told you all about the company. I've told you about some of the wonderful benefits, but how do we actually make money? So this, again, I absolutely love. What we do is we start off by developing 20 regular customers. This is what we would call a product promoter. So if you just wanted to earn that £200 to £400 per month, then you would just promote the products. We would only teach you how to build a customer base. And if I just translate that for you, if you have roughly 20 regular gel drinkers, so people drinking the aloe vera drink, 20 regular customers, you would earn that around £350 per month. So that is very part-time. You would build your customers up at the beginning, but the great thing with our products is that they are consumable and people need to use them every month. So if you're having fantastic health benefits, if you're feeling top of the world by drinking the drink, then you're going to naturally be reordering every single month. So the great thing is you haven't got to put loads of effort in every single month in, in finding lots and lots of different customers all the time. You can build a nice regular customer base. And my customers have been with me since 2013 when I joined the business. I've obviously grown to have more customers, etc. But those people that first started buying from me still buy from me today. And that's really because the products work, and the 60-day money back guarantee that I mentioned before, people don't use it because they love the products. I've had 2 returns in 5.5 years. Okay, so if you're looking to earn more than that, if you're looking to earn more like £600 to £2,000 per month, then we start to help you build a team. And this would become, you would become a business leader. We would find 5 key people. We talk about these 5 key people, but in a team of around 20 people in your team, you may have only found 5, but then they find other team, and you might have a total team of 20 people. You'd be earning around £600 to £2,000 per month. So what difference would that £600 to £2,000 per month make in your household? That, imagine 12,000, 24,000 extra income coming into your house. Typically, people on this level are still working their day job because this only takes around 10 hours per week. So typically somebody could be earning 12 to 20, £24,000 extra on top of what they're earning in their day job. This is still can be done very part-time. Now, if you want to work more like full-time income with Forever, and for me, because I wanted to replace the job that I had, I wanted to replace that income straight away. I knew that I wanted to become a business developer. So I got to work very quickly building a team. And I started doing that literally from day one because I wanted this bigger income. I wanted to be able to not work weekends, evenings. I wanted that flexibility with my daughter. So the business developer role, you're looking at 2,000 to 20,000. Again, it's uncapped. Remember I said it was uncapped. So that 20,000, you can earn more than that. It's completely down to you and the size of the team that you're wanting to grow. And that what will happen for you to kind of get these incomes is that you will be helping other business leaders under you develop their incomes to those levels as well. So the more people you help, the more you get paid. It's as simple as that. And we get paid from the company. So you're not taking an income from your team or taking commission from them. We're paid directly from Forever as a thank you for introducing these people to the business. Now, I mentioned incentives. So here is a wonderful incentive called Chairman's Bonus. We don't have shareholders. So what Forever actually do is, instead of having to pay dividends to shareholders, they actually put a percentage of the profit into a pot, which distributors like myself can qualify for each year. And these checks, I mean, they're just incredible. We've given out nearly 343 million over the years. Isn't that incredible? And the company is owned by just one family. So Mr. Rex Morn, he doesn't have to give away that money, but that again just shows what a generous company they are. 343 million nearly given out in just Chairman's Bonus checks. And the UK checks range from around 3,000 to $700,000. These are life-changing amounts. And all you do to qualify for one of these checks is help more people. We also have an incentive called Forever to Drive, where you can earn up to £6,300 per year extra on top. So that's an extra bonus. And also, just going back to that previous slide, the Chairman's Bonus checks are a bonus on top of your monthly income. So that's an extra income. Forever to Drive income, I qualified for this in month 10 in the business. At the time, I didn't need a car, which is absolutely fine, because what Forever actually do is they give you a monthly bonus for 3 years. So basically, that's why people often take out a car plan of some description, because often car finances are over 3 years. So we also have global travel. So we have 2 exciting destinations per year that you can qualify for. Nothing but the best. I mean, we're talking complete luxury. I've had the privilege of going on, I think, 5 of these trips, and they're absolutely amazing. I've been to Lake Tahoe, I've been to Dallas, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Singapore, I've been to South Africa, And you get to take with you a friend or a partner. You can also take your children. It's a completely friendly company. For example, there was around 12,000 of us in Dallas last year. There'll be around 15,000 of us in April this year going to Stockholm. This isn't just for, say, for example, the top 20 people in the company. These incentives, these travel incentives, are open to absolutely everybody who wants to participate in these programs and earn that extra income, but also earn these extra holidays. Okay, so to help you, we have high quality training led by product and business experts. And I mentioned some of these are held at head office, but they're also nationwide and in different countries as well. And I absolutely love attending these trainings. I love keeping my knowledge up. I love learning anything new about skincare, etc. So we've got all of this at our fingertips as well. So we have a variety of sales and marketing tools. So this is all done for us. And for me, this was incredible because I'd mentioned that I used to have a restaurant. Now with that restaurant, I had to go and get menus printed. That cost me £400 for the design. So £400 for the design just of my menus. It cost me £7,000 to put a new floor in the restaurant, and that's without everything else to deck the restaurant out. So for me, this sales and marketing tools is absolutely key because there's a team of head office coming up with all these wonderful promotional material for me, and I don't have to pay them. Just if you put that into perspective for a moment, it's incredible that there's a whole office of people there doing the work for me and my business to make me successful, which is just incredible. We have local, national, and international training seminars and events. I mentioned we've got one coming up at the Rico Arena this Saturday. And like I said, it's all about so much fun. So a lot of people will say to me, this sounds too good to be true. And I hear this all the time because everything I've just explained to you, it's so exciting. If even, to be honest, even if half of what I said was true, then it's still incredibly exciting. So, of course, it's all true. But if you're sitting there thinking, gosh, is this really, really true? It sounds just too wonderful. And I get that. I really, really do. Because I looked at the business from the sidelines for a long time. My friend was already in the business, and I understand that it sounds so exciting, but it's really, really important to remember it's not a get rich quick scheme. And this is what I really remind everybody. Time and effort is still required, just like absolutely any business. If you were to set up a hair salon, you would typically be in that hair salon for 10 hours a day. Now, with Forever, you have the luxury of working flexibly and part-time. So nobody's going to tell you to go to a building for 8 to 10 hours a day, unlike a traditional business. But you do need to apply some discipline and put some discipline into the time that you're spending at home and working. So you need to be self-motivated. And we can teach you that as well. We can teach you different methods of being motivated, but you need to put the time and effort in. You need to take your business seriously. I always say to people, please imagine that you have invested 20, 30, 40,000 pounds into this business. Treat it like that and it will pay you back like that. When I bought my restaurant, I said I was 23 years old, and that restaurant investment cost £100,000. Okay, that was £100,000 almost 20 years ago. So that was a lot of money 20 years ago. It's a lot of money now, but it was a lot of money 20 years ago. And the thing is, so I treated that business every day with the respect that I'd put all that money in. I absolutely wasn't going to turn up late. I wasn't going to go home early or shut up early or, you know, not serve my customers well. So put those work ethics into your Forever business and you'll be a complete success. Be open to learning this wonderful business plan. It's a proven business model. You really just need to follow the simple steps. We say touch your business every day. I do something in my business every day, whether it's a quick call to a team member, but I do pick the hours, and that's the thing to remember. But try and work on your business every day, especially at the beginning when you're building up the momentum to get your business off the ground. Embrace change. Okay, so be open to just following the business cycle. Literally let the person that brought you into the business teach you everything that they know. You know, be a sponge, just soak it all up. And the more you learn, the faster you learn everything about the business, the more money you're going to earn. It's as simple as that. And commit to achieving your goals. Set goals. We set small goals, we set big goals, whatever it is you want to achieve. Just be really committed in the fact that you want to achieve them and that you'll do the work necessary. Okay, so it says here life is about choices. The choices you make today will determine your future. And it's really important to remember that, you know, this is a business that can absolutely give you anything you want. This is a business that can give you everything you want. The next step with this is really, really simple. All you need to do is speak to the person that asked you to take a look at this presentation. Speak to them about how to get registered and started in whichever country you're in. And then once you've ordered some products, try some products. And then, like I said, be a sponge. Take all the information and advice and help that that person gives to you. And then booking a business planning meeting. The person that you're going to be working with will arrange a meeting with you, but ask for that straight away. The quicker you get your business plan set out with us, the quicker you can start to earn some money. So I'm really very grateful that you've listened in, and thank you so much. And I do hope that we'll all be working together soon. Thank you.